And you mentioned Caitlin Clark, and obviously she's been just fantastic. Try to explain to the casual fan of sports overall what her accomplishments have meant to not just her sport, but sports overall.
So a lot of people want to compare her to Steph Curry, which is fine. I get the comparison. And I think that's easy to do for men or for women who don't really watch women's sports because they exist, you know, or just don't pay attention. But you can name recognition is huge in that way. So if you mention to a guy who doesn't really watch women's basketball, but you say, "Oh, this player plays like Steph Curry," their ears perk up because they have something to compare it to. They have something they can visualize, and you know her ability and her game and her range is something that we've never seen before in the women's game. Yes, Diana Taurasi, I feel like is the closest in that regard because she has, you know, similar range, but she wasn't doing it on a regular basis, and she wasn't doing it the way at such a high clip as Caitlin did when Taurasi was at UConn in the early 2000s. Plus, the visibility wasn't there. Caitlin's games were being shown. Now, if you didn't have the accessibility or visibility, how could you even come to know who Caitlin Clark is
Right.
and how she transcends the sport and what what she brings, the excitement she brings to the game if you couldn't even watch it? So there's all these other factors, right? Including her being talented. But the fact that the games are even being shown and they're being shown where people can find them on regular broadcast television like ABC, like um that's important. That's an important part of the conversation. But yeah, I mean, just to explain to the casual fan, I mean, you liken it to somebody where the name recognition is there, and then they want to know more, and then they might tune in the next time. Oh, this I hear there's this girl out there named Caitlin Clark who plays like Steph Curry. I'm gonna check it out. And people have done that. I mean, you hear stories all across social media and from like celebrities to average Joe Schmo saying, who know who Caitlin Clark is because they heard about her. So
Yeah.
they tuned in and they watched her. And we haven't had a player like that in women's basketball bring in that type of attention and intrigue to this state, to this level.